Hey everyone, it's Fitz with the Daily Delivery. Hope you are wonderful. I am rested and man, I'm fired up. It's another game week for the Kansas State Wildcats. They will be going to Oklahoma State on Friday night, and they'll be doing so as an unranked team in both of the college football polls. Remember, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit the thumbs up if you like the video. Leave those comments. I like the comments. Comment, please. Anyhow, on with the DD. Look, I'm not saying K-State should be ranked. I don't get into rankings. I don't do the rankings thing. I don't monitor teams to see who's best and all that. So there's a reason why I've never voted in rankings. But I'll say this. At 4-1, with their only loss being a last-second field goal at an SEC venue, you would think there'd be a little respect there, but it's just not. It simply is not. Kansas State is unranked now. They dropped 2 spots during their off week, and I'm not complaining about that either, because both Louisville and Kentucky are now 5-0 and needed to be in the poll. Okay, K-State being idle, they dropped. I get that. What I don't get is LSU at 3-2 still being ranked, and now I think Missouri's crept in at what, like 20 in the AP poll? But that still appears to be a bad loss for Kansas State. Now, that brings up an interesting situation this weekend for Kansas State fans. Missouri is playing host to LSU. That's right, LSU at 3-2 has to go on the road with Missouri. And if Missouri wins that game, the Missouri Tigers, will skyrocket up in the polls. And they should. They'll be 6-0 with a win over LSU. But LSU isn't that great this year. I'm not seeing what all this respect for LSU is, other than it is in the SEC and is traditionally pretty good. Missouri's the better team, if you ask me. And if they win, will Kansas State get a secondary boost out of that? Oddly, I don't think so. I think K-State will get a boost if it beats Oklahoma State and does so soundly. I think they'll return to the rankings. But I still think many voters who really don't do enough homework on a week-to-week basis, and look, it's hard to do that. It's hard to keep up with the 40 teams or whatever it is that you need to be worrying about for your poll. But I think a lot of them will still look at that loss on K-State's record without even stopping to think that it was at Missouri. Oh yeah, that's a bad loss. I can't remember who that is, but it's a bad loss. That's what the rankings are about. So much of it is the perceived baked-in opinions of sports writers and TV journalists and all those people that are voting about what programs are about. Who's the better program, not the better team in the season. Like at the end of the day, the rankings don't mean a damn thing at this point of the year. But they could. If Kansas State goes on a roll, and let's say they win their next 4 and win at Texas, where will they be ranked? They certainly should be in the top 10. But if they've been treading water in the upper teens for weeks on end because they have a bad loss to a team that has moved up towards the top 10, I just don't understand it. But we'll see what the future holds because, as I said, the rankings don't matter. Still, they should make sense.